Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Bandwidth for TWiT specials is provided by CashFly at CACHEFLY.com.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to TWiT's 24 Hours of 2015. We are now at 1 p.m. Pacific time. That means we have been here since 3 a.m. for 11 hours. 11 hours. We begin hour number 12, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to remind you that this is not just some gratuitous silliness celebrating New Year around the clock, but in fact, we're raising money for UNICEF. So I want you to visit unicefusa.org/twit for your donations. We've been getting so many great donations from so many people. Let's see how much we've raised. Refresh right now. We have $26,820, and you can see the scroll. Thank you, everybody. That is wonderful. We're on our way. Our next goal, $30,000. Sarah Lane will sing. And I also want to encourage you to visit our auction. We've got a great one at twit.tv/eBay. iFixit Pro Tech Toolkit signed by the iFixit team. We've got IT Pro TV Premium and Lifetime memberships, Joby Camera accessory bundles, because I got bobbleheads. We're giving those away or selling those actually for a good cause. I've autographed those. I will record your outgoing voicemail message. PremiumLynda.com memberships, etched mugs, fezzes, and more. Visit twit.tv/eBay. Thanks to the Aquarium of the Bay Traveling Aquatic Life Show for last hour. Catherine, I love you. Thank you so much for your tips. Those are great photographs. Thanks to everybody who's donated. Happy New Year, darling. So good to see you.
You too. I miss everyone.
Yeah, we'd love to get you back soon. We also want to thank the folks who've donated to UNICEF, and I want to just tell you a little bit about what you're donating to. Every day, children die from preventable causes, and UNICEF takes proven low-cost methods to save children's lives and makes them available regardless of income, ethnicity, or location. By making a tax-deductible donation to the U.S. Fund for UNICEF, you can provide children with life-saving vaccines, insecticide-treated bed nets, essential supplies, vital health information to combat Ebola, emergency relief following natural disasters, educational opportunities like the School-in-a-Box kits, and a whole lot more. The U.S. Fund for UNICEF supports UNICEF's global efforts to provide children with immunizations, education, medicine, emergency relief, clean water, and you know what? To protect children from violence and exploitation is such a great cause, and we invite you to help us out. Donate at unicefusa.org/twit. Paul Thurrott just walked in, Stephanie Thurrott. Don't try to sneak out of here. We're going to go over to the Pixel Core. You ready for some Pixel Core fun? All right, come on over with me. And I don't know if this is a green screen or what. The Pixel Core shares our facility. They have a whole big studio over here, and I'm going to go over to see what's going on. I see something here called Pete Hale. How are you?
Fine.
Is your band going to perform for us?
Yes, I can't wait.
Hots?
Yeah, no, the Tots.
The Tots.
Yeah.
Which is half the Hots, but most of the Tots.
Yes.
I love it. We'll see you in a little bit. A little rock and roll coming up. Pete's one of the best guitarists you've ever heard. But are you ready for something we like to call the Game of Drones? Holy moly. All right, this is going to be very interesting. The Game of Drones. And are you our drone master?
No, actually, I'm the voice of Game of Drones.
So you're going to do the play-by-play.
I'm going to do the play-by-play. The drone master is over there in the gray and orange.
Would you explain what is about to happen here?
Yes, I will. What you're seeing here is the Aerial Sports League Game of Drones Combat Arena ready for fighting. We have two drones on either end of the arena. Mm-hmm. They are going to be going head-to-head in aerial combat.
When you say combat, what do you mean by combat?
Well, the three basic rules of Game of Drones are rule number 1, keep your drone in the air.
Yeah.
Rule number 2, hit the other guy as hard as you can.
Yeah.
And the most often forgotten and maligned rule, don't crack under the pressure. So what you want to do is you want to hit the other guy Oftentimes, that is best done from above.
Yeah.
And drive the other quadcopter drone to the floor. You're allowed to touch the floor 3 times.
3 times.
Unless it's a touch and go. If you can touch the floor and come back up immediately, then you're looking at a touch and go, and that doesn't count against you. But you have 3 points to burn during the match. Each match is 3 minutes long. Whoever hits the floor for the 3rd time loses the match, unless the opponent hits the floor within 3 seconds. You have to stay in the air for 3 seconds.
Got it.
After
the other guy gets dumped.
So it's a matter of keeping it in the air. Oftentimes, you're going to see them go prop to prop, tip to tip, right? And if you upset one propeller, the drone is no longer able to fly flat and oftentimes will careen directly into the ground. So you can go tip to tip. You can go from above, drop down on top of him. The whole idea is just to knock the other guy out.
And are these specially designed drones, or are they exactly the same? What do we?
Oh, basically, all of our drone pilots are responsible for the build of their drone.
So this is their own thing.
Both of these pilots are flying our UAV ballistic airframe, which is virtually indestructible. We've taken these frames and thrown them off 7-story buildings, shot them with shotguns, flown them through fire, flown them into the water. They are indestructible. So what you're going to see is when one of these things hits the ground, when one of the drones hits the ground, each pilot has 90 seconds to right their drone, replace the props, change the battery, do whatever they need. And if they can get back in the air within 90 seconds, then they're back in the fight.
Now I want to run over and introduce the 2 pilots. May I do that real quickly?
Absolutely.
Let me go see who we're fighting here in the game of drones. What's your name, sir?
My name is Rainer von Weber.
Rainer von Weber. And this is your drone. Is it anything special about this you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, well, what is different about this guy is it's 2 parts of our frames where we have an orange side and a clear side. I also have a spark plate on this, so I can actually...
A spark plate?
Fly this on the street and sparks will shoot out of this thing.
Is that of any use in the combat?
No, but it's
but it looks cool.
It looks cool, very cool, and it's my scrapper. As you can see, it's had a lot of wear and tear, and then we have lights that we can go ahead and change our color scheme if we want to.
All right. And you feel pretty good? You think going all the way here?
I feel really good.
All right. Well, let me see. Let's meet your opponent. I'm running over to the other side. And what is your name, sir?
Hi, I'm Mark Kornblatt.
Hi, Mark. And how long have you been doing this?
We've been building and flying and fighting drones for about 3 years now.
This is so cool.
Thank you.
So you don't, I notice, have any blades. It's like the old robot wars where you have hammers, blades, saws. These are just basically quadcopters.
Well, we've seen a lot of competitors try and add offensive weapons to the drones.
That's not approved of.
No, it's absolutely okay. But what we find is a lot of times those weapons end up working against you once you have an incident or an accident that
you blow up.
That can actually end up messing up your own props or your own drone.
So it looks like both of you have kind of opted for speed, lightness, mobility, agility rather than destructive power.
Well, destructive for sure, but the fewer parts on the drone that can fail, the better. So we keep them simple.
Anything special about your drone?
Well, I'm flying the Game of Drones Hero sports frame, and it's pretty much ready to go stock. It's very indestructible, very durable. It can take everything that we're going to throw at it here and then some and still fly at the end of the day.
Can we buy these?
Sure. They're available at gameofdrones.biz.
I want one. How much?
The airframe itself goes for $140 to $150.
It's not bad.
No, it's actually a really good deal considering how durable they are. Yeah. And then we actually sell the full ready-to-fly drones, depending on how it's outfitted, between $600 and $700.
And you're using normal, kind of traditional RC controls as opposed to, say, a smartphone.
Yes, correct. Everything that we're using in terms of control, the radios, the video transmitters, it's all pretty much stock materials available over the counter.
All right. I think we're ready for the game of drones. Our announcer, what's your name, Mr. Announcer?
I'm Jay.
Jay is going to do the play-by-play. I'm going to get out of the way. I see they've put on safety goggles. That means I should probably leave the room. Jay.
We might have a pair of goggles for you.
Good luck. Bye-bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aerial Sports League Combat Arena. It's time for Game of Drones, brought to you by TWiT's. All right, are both of my pilots ready? Yes. How about you people out there? You people ready? Yes. All right, let the games begin. All right, they're in the air. These two pilots have seen battle before. They are not beginners. And you will notice that they're both struggling for vertical supremacy. They want to get on top of the other guy and come down hard. both these pilots. Oh, and they are down. Oh, it looks like Reiner's back in the air. He's touched down in the on-deck circle. And Mark is flying in the air. Let the game continue. All right. So that counted just as 1 point for Mark. And they're in the air. Looks like a touch and go. They're luring each other to the ground. Very dangerous, getting too close to the ground. Oh! And the announcer loses an earlobe. All right, now we've started the 90-second clock, but I don't see any broken propellers, so other than a quick wiring harness check. Oh, do we have a broken blade? Nope. All right, well, what you will find is 90 seconds is an eternity when it comes to fixing one of these drones. These pilots have been in this position before. They tighten the nuts, they check the flatness of the blades, and it looks like he might be ready to get back in the air. And the Hero Quad is back in the air, the Raspberry Fly, going up against a 50-50 drone. Reiner's been flying this 50-50 for a solid year. He has won many matches. However, he is up against our hero, flying the hero, the amazing Mark Kornblatt, CEO of Game of Drones. Oh, no, I see some shrapnel. That's the third shot anyway. That's done. Game over. Let's hear it for both these pilots, folks. The amazing Reiner von Weber has taken this match. All right, well, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the arena, we have the amazing Kyle Ettinger from Team Ettinger flying the Cage. I am not sure who is readying their craft to go up against Kyle, but this is a handmade quadcopter. It's got a wooden frame surrounded by a steel wire cage. So you will not be dropping down on top of Kyle and getting in his propeller wash and sending him to the ground. You might, however, be able to just clip one of these corners and send him diagonally to the ground. So you're going to see the competitor, Jason, is flying the homemade Hero drone. It's just a Hero. It's our standard Hero quad. It's nicely equipped in the orange and black. Kyle in the giant wood. Are both my pilots ready? How about you folks out there? Are you folks ready? Let the battle begin. And the cage is in the air. The Hero Quad is in the air. And I have seen these gentlemen fly before. Oh, he's in the weeds. All right, now that counts as a grounding. So it's 1 point against the orange and black team, Hero Quad. So the cage is 1 point up. It's anybody's game. Cage is in the air. And it looks like the Hero is in the air, and they are up and fighting. Now, once again, the Hero is going to be a lot more maneuverable than the giant wooden cage. But we have seen Kyle take out some worthy opponents, and into the sticks goes the Hero. That's 2. Currently, the score is 0-2. Are they back in the air? Okay, we started the 90-second clock. It doesn't look like we need it. They're up and flying. All right, this is game point. Oh, done. So it goes to Team Ettinger. That's amazing. I believe that the Hero Quad might have been just a little bit in awe of this giant flying beast. So that one went to Team Ettinger. Who's up next? All right, it looks like the amazing Edie Sellers is bringing out the Barbie Dream Drone. Look how beautiful that drone is, folks. All right. So I believe we're waiting on our next contestant, Eric. Eric, what's that drone called? Full Speedo? The Ghost Beetle. I believe it's named after some sort of anime character. It's the amazing Ghost Beetle, flown by our dear friend Eric. Eric's been in this arena before, and he possibly has even faced the amazing Barbie Dream Drone in the past, but this is going to be a great battle, folks. The Barbie Dream Drone is sporting those beautiful fluffy pink boots, and with a full array of pink and white lights. Eric is flying a Hero quad frame also from Ballistic UAV, Game of Drones, with white propellers and a gorgeous set of colored lights. I hear the telltale beeping of a low battery. And when you hear that, it means that the brain has cycled. Are both my flyers ready to fly? Are you ready to fight? How about you people out there? Are you ready for a fight? All right, let the battle begin. All right. The Hero quad is up. Looks like Barbie is having just a little bit. Oh, there she is. There she is. She's a little bit late for the prom, but she is looking good. Oh, man, and he broke a prop. All right, we have started the 90-second clock. Barbie's going to sit down and relax for a moment. You got 90 seconds to change that prop. And, folks, 90 seconds is a long time in the world of drone repair. Eric is no stranger to a quick fix. Takes just 10 or 20 seconds to spin that nut off and pop a new prop on, and then you got to tighten up the nut, and it looks like he's already got that done. That was under 20 seconds, and they are in the air, and the battle has continued. Now, I can tell you right now that Barbie knows how to use those fuzzy pink boots. If she gets one of those caught in Eric's propeller, he is going down. All right. They are battling for vertical supremacy, and, oh, that's two propellers in a row. Barbie is taking no prisoners. All right, folks, let's hear it for Barbie. The amazing Barbie Dream Drone, piloted by the amazing Edie Sellers. Eric has gone back to the pit to replace yet another propeller. He has 90 seconds. We started the 90-second clock in about 15 seconds ago. He's got plenty of time, folks. He is fast. That is amazing. All right, and it looks like they are back up in the air and fighting. It's the amazing Game of Drones, brought to you by the Aerial Sports League. Oh, my gosh, look at that. I believe that is his third time to hit the ground. It is Game Barbie. That is the game. Let's hear it for both of these great pilots. This is amazing, folks. Oh, Barbie is taunting him. Oh, apparently the rules mean nothing to these two pilots. They are still fighting. There they go. Soft landing. Excellent job. Excellent job. You cannot let it say that the Ghost Beetle does not know how to rise from the dead and get right back into the battle. All right. It looks like Eli is bringing in the solid orange and black. What is it? The drone of doom? The death drone? The drone of the dead. If that doesn't scare you, folks, I don't know what will. All right, and it looks like he is going up against the Sparkle Droney, so it's actually kind of a good against evil fight. Because there's no way you could look at the Sparkle Droney and not take away anything but, joy and happiness. This is a lovely drone, however, quite brutal and ruthless. So this is going to be a good battle. These two pilots have faced each other before. Are my pilots ready? All right, how about you folks out there? Are you folks ready? Let's get ready to rumble. They are in the air and fighting. The game has begun. Start the 3-minute clock. Both of these pilots have faced off before. Oh, they're both flying. They're both flying the Game of Drones ballistic UAV frame, and I definitely saw some shrapnel flying. I think the 90-second clock is going. Looks like Eli's ready to fight again. Kevin is replacing an actual motor part. Is how it looks. He's good. That's right. Yeah, the drone of death is happy whenever there's carnage, apparently. And they are back in the air and fighting. It's the amazing Game of Drones. 2 drones enter, 1 drone leaves. All right, there's a bit of jostling for vertical supremacy. It's not above Kevin to bring the Sparkle Droney close to the ground in hopes that Eli is going to bomb him. Both these pilots very good at maneuvering this craft. This is a large craft. Part of part of the reason that we use these drones is because they are virtually indestructible. Oh, my God. Oh, we lost a blade. Please let the operators know on the Sparkle Droney that Mark and I have not shaved yet this morning, but still in all, we really would care to not get a trim. All right, the Sparkle Droney is a beautiful machine. It's up against the sort of raw, exactly, the raw austerity of the drone of doom, the drone of death. So we started the 90-second clock. It's only about 17 seconds in, but you see that Kev was 16 seconds. Yeah. So please just spot me an extra second, would you? I'm old. So it's just going to take Kevin just a minute here to get that prop lined up and bolted down tight. It looks like everything else is operational on the Sparkle Droney. It certainly seems to be sparkling, and they are up in the air and fighting. Oh my gosh. Okay, sometimes there's a stability problem when you first get in the air. They don't fly quite stable. They're in the air. They're fighting. Both of these pilots, hit the deck. Oh, my gosh. Start the 90-second clock. We have carnage. We have damage. Look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. What's the score, scorekeeper? It's 1-1. The last point wins. It's game point. Oh, my gosh, he didn't break a prop. He just threw one off. Like a horse in a race throwing a shoe. Okay, we're looking for the cap nut. We got to put that prop back on the quad. All right, 60 seconds left on the fix-it clock. Look at this. This is cooperation at its best. These two pilots have been fighting against one another. And here's Kevin is helping Eli with his top nut. This is an acorn nut. You have to tighten them up real tight so you don't lose a prop midair. And how much time we got left on that time clock? 32 seconds left. 30 seconds left. These pilots have got to get into the air. It's tie game. It's 1-1. It's game point. Anybody's point. They're back in the air and fighting. All right, folks. It's the Sparkle Droney versus the Drone of Death. Touch and go for the Sparkle Droney. He recovered nicely. However, it looks like Eli is loaded for bear. That Drone of Death can smell the blood on the Sparkle Droney. Chumming up the waters. And can he catch him? Oh, look at that. Look at that. This is a battle, folks. They're going to end up going tip to tip. Look at that. Look at that. Right into the blades of the opponent. All right. It's still anybody's game. This is game point. And, they both touch and go. Oh. All right. In a case like this, neither of them loses a point. It's still game point for both contestants. They both went down. They both got ensnared. It does look like the Drone of Death is ready to fight again. Kevin, however, is going to have to replace one of the blades on Sparkle Droney. However, you can see that it's still sparkling. It is not afraid of the Drone of Death. The Sparkle Droney still has all of its positive energy. You have not yet vibed out the Sparkle Droney. That Drone of Death is a kind of a scary name, but the Sparkle Droney does not seem to be scared. Are they ready? They are back in the air. They are fighting. It's the amazing Aerial Sports League Combat Arena, brought to you by Game of Drones and TWiT TV. And 20 seconds left in the match. 20 seconds left in the match. They both hit the ground. Is it a draw? If they can both get in the air in the next 12 seconds, we still have a match. Oh, well, so much for that. I'm thinking this might be a draw. This might be the very first draw in Game of Drones history. We got Sparkle Droney in the air. We got 4 seconds left. Eli cannot get it in the air. Oh, Eli is down for the count. It is almost a default game by the amazing Sparkle Droney. They ran out the 3-minute clock. Nicely done, gentlemen. Let's hear it for both these great pilots. That was one of the longest battles we've had in quite some time, folks. That was a great fight. Who do we got up next? It looks like Rainer von Weber bringing in the 50-50 drone. The 50-50 drone is called that because it is both clear and white and orange, reminding us of our very favorite frozen confection from when we were young, the 50-50 bar. It looks like Mark is going to be flying. Oh, no, it's Jason. Jason will be flying the standard Hero Quad. This is the toughest airframe in the universe. You cannot break this frame. Be sure and check us out at gameofdrones.biz. If you have any questions, you want to get into this great sport, we are happy to help you do that. We will be opening ASL chapters all over the world. You can get into this fighting and racing your very own self. Just give us a call. gameofdrones.biz on the World Wide Web. We'd like to thank TWiT and UNICEF USA for this great opportunity to bring this fight to you folks. It looks like there might be a little bit of difficulty with Reiner's quad. Well, it looks like it was time for its close-up. All right, are both my pilots ready? How about you folks out there? Are you folks ready for a battle? Oh, man. Yeah, okay, they're out there somewhere. All right, let's get them in the air. And they are in the air. Touch and go for the 50-50. And, oh, an awkward flip for the Hero Quad. I think it's just a little bit of imbalance caused by battery shiftage. Now, when they refire up these drones, it does take just a couple of seconds for the processor to sort of find where is flat and where are all four rotors. Okay, it looks like my pilots are both ready to fly. And, somewhat of an imbalance in one of the rotors. No, he's barely spinning. Oh, he is out. Jason is out. It looks like the amazing Mark Kornblatt flying the Raspberry Fly. It's beautiful. It's lit up. And he's going head-to-head with a similar airframe, the amazing ballistic UAV Hero quadcopter frame, absolutely indestructible, brought to you by Game of Drones. And are my pilots ready? And is my audience ready? Let's hear it. You guys ready for a rumble? All right, they are in the air and fighting. All right, these two quadcopters are tough as nails, folks. They are going to be bashing each other as best they can. You can see the amazing flexibility of the flight controllers. These guys really know how to dodge each other. You're going to see them chase each other around the room. Oh, that was a frontal attack. Look at that. And they are both down. I saw the shrapnel fly. It looks like the 50-50 drone broke one prop, and the UAV quad sent one just completely off the spindle. This is what happens, folks. But we've started the 90-second clock. They have plenty of time to get back in the air. We're going to keep this fight going. For all our viewers out there on the World Wide Web, this is really exciting. We wish you were down here with us. We're having this wonderful day out here on the streets of Petaluma with the folks from TWiT. They're raising money for UNICEF USA, and it's really a great, great day out here in Petaluma. So it looks like Reiner's just doing the last tightening on his propeller. It looks like one of his propellers is awfully chipped up. It doesn't matter. He's fearless. All right. Looks like my pilots are ready. They are back. They are back in the air. They are ready to fight. Let's go. Okay, once again, they're going to be staying away from each other. It's going to be catch me if you can. You're going to see them go for the edges, right? Rather than the full frontal attack, they're going just for the tip of the propeller. They want to go edge to edge, bring the other guy down, hopefully without crashing into the announcer. And they are, oh, it's a touch and go. They're both back in the air. That was no points for anybody. I saw something fly, though. Something is missing a little chunk. Oh, look at that. Now what happens is as these propellers get chipped up and cracked, they get less flexible, more flexible for the propeller, but less flexible for the flight controller. Oh, look at that. Scooping towards the ground. They're taunting each other, trying to drive each other lower and lower. Oh, and it looks like the 50-50 drone has sustained a bit of a fall. That's going to count as 1 point against him. Oh, it looks like maybe he's unable to get it back in the air. We've started the 90-second clock. Oh, Reiner's up. Mark is up. They are fighting again. It's the Raspberry Fly against the 50-50. Oh, and they're both down. All right, we've started the 90-second clock yet again. Each pilot has 90 seconds to right their craft. Get them back up in the air. Looks like the 50-50 didn't sustain much damage. Oh, I don't know. It seems to be flying with a limp. Look at that. Yeah, it's like a coyote dragging that trap behind it. It does not seem to be flying to full capacity. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, it looks like Mark is getting his drone ready to fly, and all it needed was a new propeller. And he's already seen that the 50-50 seems to be limping a little bit. So this could be an advantage. Could be an advantage for Team Kornblatt. It's the next point wins. It's anybody's game. Keep them flying, gentlemen. Keep them in the air. Rule number 1, keep your drone in the air. Rule number 2, hit the other guy as hard as you can. And, of course, as often, oh, and they're both down. They're both down. It's touch and goes for both drones. No, no, no. Oh, my gosh. It looks like the Hero Quad has sustained, and it goes to Reiner von Weber, and Team 50-50 takes the match. Man, this is more exciting than Christmas dinner with the folks. It's the amazing game of drones. And entering the arena, we have the amazing, the giant, the bombastic Team Edinger Cage. This is one of the scariest looking quadcopters we have ever seen here at Game of Drones. It's giant, it flies big and flat, it's hard to get into, and many, many of the other pilots are afraid of this drone. Okay, I think it looks like Mark Kornblatt is going back in with a Hero Quad to go up against this giant wooden beast. This is like Davy and Goliath, folks, only Mark has a bunch of rocks for his sling. Goliath, on the other hand, virtually impenetrable. You need a fresh battery?
No, fresh blade.
Ah, fresh blade. Yes. There you go. I love the smell of plastic in the morning. It smells like victory. So this is going to be a classic battle between a giant behemoth and a scrappy little contender. This is the amazing ballistic UAV Hero Quad airframe. It is indestructible. We have flown this airframe through fire, through plate glass, through water. We've dropped it off of 7-story buildings and hit it with a baseball bat, and it still flies. After a couple of quick adjustments. Oh, both my teams are making final tune-ups to their drones. Okay, Mark's ready. Kyle's ready. How about you folks? You folks ready? Let's get ready to rumble. They are up and in the air. Uh-oh. Make it fly. Make it fly. Come on, Kyle. There you go. Oh, my gosh. There seems to be maybe a weight problem. There he is. Oh, my gosh. Could be a stability problem. Could be a weight problem. I think it's much akin to, like, you know, getting Fred Flintstone out of bed in the morning. Takes a couple of tries. Uh-oh. Oh, it's an electrical problem, folks. Oftentimes, some of these electrical connections will come unplugged during the bashing that they take during these battles. It looks like the cage is in the air. Oh, my gosh, look at the size of that thing. In the air, coming at me. Oh, I don't know. Oh, okay, so the cage has suffered structural difficulties. Kyle is taking the cage. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mark's strategy was just to stay away from that behemoth for as long as he could, and it worked out just fine. Now we have the two founders of Game of Drones, Eli D'Elia versus Mark Kornblatt, both of them flying virtually indestructible drones. This might last a while, folks. This could go on forever.
We are the two longest-running drone combat competitors. No.
That's right. Yes, that's correct. Eli and Mark started this almost 3 years ago. These are the two longest-lived combat competitors in Game of Drones history. They are up, and they are fighting. Let the games begin. Uh-oh. Looks like the drone of death might be suffering a little early retirement. Nope, they're in the air. They're fighting. All right, folks. These two competitors have faced off before. They know what it's about. I would say that Eli is one of the most evasive of drone pilots we've ever seen. Oh, like the Grim Reaper. Oh, my gosh, look at that. Look at that. I don't know if you folks could see that through the cameras, but there is a cubic foot of propeller shrapnel on the ground. This was really a pasting, as my grandma would say. That was amazing. However, you will notice that both airframes are intact. They did not lose a motor mount. They did not lose a motor. They did not break an airframe arm. All they did was send some propeller shrapnel flying, and in about 45 seconds, both of these drones are going to be back in the air, back doing battle, and that is what we are all about. Give me a ballistic UAV indestructible airframe anytime. And you can find these at gameofdrones.biz, where the geniuses behind Game of Drones will be happy to help you with all of your quadcopter needs. All right, how many seconds do we have on the clock? Oh, my gosh, we're 20 seconds in. We're 30 seconds in. Well, there you go. If only you could make them fly upside down. Life would be perfect. That did not seem right. All right. Sometimes what happens is the controller that actually controls the electricity to the motors and the directional on the steering needs to be reset. There's only 10 seconds left to get these drones back in the air. And I'm thinking 2, 1. Well, they were in the air for a second. Let's hear it for both these contestants. The amazing Eli D'Elia and Mark Kornblatt, without whom none of this would exist. We'd like to thank TWiT TV and UNICEF USA for inviting us down here to bring this to you. It's a live streaming show all over the web, and it is a Game of Drones Aerial Sports League inside the combat arena. All right, it looks like Kevin Sellers is going to square off against his lovely wife, Edie. So it is going to be Sparkle Droney versus the Barbie Dream Drone. This is the ultimate grudge match, folks, but actually, it's a love grudge. These two love each other. They love to do battle. When they're done, they shake hands and go home as pals. The Sparkle Droney, I'm not sure if the Sparkle Droney has ever sent Barbie packing. Has he? Oh, yeah. Once or twice. Okay, well, still, there's a lot of positive energy here. Both the Sparkle Droney and Barbie warm up by looking into a mirror and saying, "You are beautiful, you are tough, and you will win this match. And gosh darn it, people like you." All right, so are both my pilots ready to fight? How about you folks out there? Are you ready for a fight? Let's get ready to rumble. They are in the air and fighting. All right. It's the Aerial Sports League Combat Arena. We have two fierce competitors going head-to-head. And, it looks like Sparkle Droney is doing a touch and go. Barbie has done a face plant onto the concrete. Not good. However, it does not look like she sustained any real damage.
Hey, Eli, found your nut. Hey.
This is a family show. All right, folks. It is the Barbie Dream Drone versus the Sparkle Droney. They are up. They are fighting. Reset the clock. Let's get ready to fight. Look at all this. Oh, my gosh. Now, look at that. They seem to be really well entwined. That is capture the opponent. Look at that. Look at that. We're going to have to get the jaws of life to separate them. All right. So it looks like everybody's still got 4 props. I see a couple of bent appendages. Oh, there's a piece right there in the center. All right. So it looks like the Sparkle Droney has all 4 of its propellers. Barbie's in the air. Barbie's ready to fight. Sparkle Droney is up. Let the games continue. Oh, look at that. Talk about an attack. He went right for the fluffy boots. And it bit him. It sent him to the ground. Do not mess with the fluffy boots. That is right. That is right. It says that right on the Barbie website. All right, so they're back up in the air. They are fighting. The score is 2-1. Invasive. A lot of times you'll see our competitors get really close to the ground in hopes of luring the competitor that they're fighting into the ground. However, both these pilots are excellent at doing the touch and goes, so a lot of times you'll think they're going to crash, and all they do is bump the concrete and come right back up. Oh, what a display of pilotship. Oh, tip to tip, nothing happens. Oh, well, however, if you want to play that way, they both go upside down. All right. That's right. People in the audience are talking about those fluffy pink boots, Barbie. They know how deadly they are. You get one of those fluffy pink boots into Sparkle Droney's prop wash, and it is game over, Kevin Sellers. All right, we've started the 90-second clock. Both of our contestants have a little bit of time. Replace some chipped and broken propellers. It's much easier to maneuver your drone when your blades are new and sharp. All right, how many seconds on the clock? Is somebody out at the deck? 65 seconds. The amazing Rainer von Weber operating the scoreboard for you folks during this match. The scoreboard was designed and built by the amazing Kevin Sellers. Once again, driving the technology that is the Aerial Sports League. All right, Barbie has returned to her takeoff spot. Looks like Kevin is trying to get that Sparkle Droney in the air. They are up and fighting. Let the games continue. It is game point. Can she send him to the ground one last time? Come on, Barbie. All right, Kevin is crafty, though. Look at him dodging her. Look at that. That's some real piloting, folks. That is amazing. Oh, touch and go. Barbie's back up. Somebody lost a little chunk of propeller. And I was not using that leg anyway. Oh, is that game? No. That was your second point. Isn't it 1-1 still? Anybody's game? What's that? Oh, Sparkle Droney won. Sparkle Droney wins the match. Once again, demonstrating do not mess with all those blinky lights. All right, let's hear it for both these pilots, folks. These guys are the best. They are the cutest couple in aerial combat. All right, it looks like we're waiting for our next 2 contestants to ready their drones. Whoever's ready to fly, real quickly, we're going to run through the 3 basic rules. Rule number 1, keep your drone in the air. Rule number 2, hit the other guy as hard as you can. And say it with me, folks. Rule number 3, the most often forgotten and maligned rule, don't crack under the pressure. All right, it looks like the drone of death is in the air. Oh, that's the Bruiser. All right, the Bruiser is in the air. Not to be confused with the drone of death. You can tell the drone of death because it has a hood and a sigh. And it looks like Mark is flying the amazing Hero Quad yellow top Stripe. Okay, it's Stripe against Bruiser. Sounds like a couple of bulldogs heading off in the backyard. They are up and they are fighting. Holy moly, look at that. Oh. Once again, oh, it was going to be a touch and go, but no, that's 1 point for each contestant. It's 2-2. It's anybody's game. They got to get these drones back up in the air, and they are fighting again. Look at that. Oh, man. Oh, I haven't seen an attack that fast since right before my divorce. Okay, so can they get back in the air and fighting? It looks like Mark might need a new propeller. Yeah, there seems to be the bruiser. The bruiser is showing a little bit of abuse. Oh, that's it. Yes, the amazing stripe. That's what we mean. The bruiser is ready to go. All right, Mark is replacing a propeller on the amazing stripe. Old Yeller top.
Just call it.
That's right. That's one thing that we do know about our Game of Drones pilots. They do not concede. They fight till the end. We're not calling nothing. How many seconds left on the clock? Apparently the timekeeper has wandered off. I'm going to guess, though, that we still got about 45 seconds to get these drones in the air. All right, folks. It's Game of Drones. They're in the air, and they're fighting. Look at that. Oh, these competitors are so aggressive. This is incredible. No waiting around, going right for the throat. All right, it looks like Bruiser's ready to fight. Might look like a bit of a motor repair over on Stripe. And they are in the air and fighting. Once again, wow, the Bruiser seems to be listing heavily. It could be that it just needs a bit of a controller adjustment. Or perhaps even a new battery connection. Stripe is just settling down, taunting the Bruiser. Come and get me. And, oh, you know, the Bruiser is listing really badly. I'm going to say we'll start the clock one last time, but I'm not sure that the Bruiser... 30 seconds left in the match. We need to get these guys in the air. Get them in the air. Oh, no. Look at that. Dead pony. We only got about 15 seconds left to get these guys in the air. It could be game Stripe. I don't know. Bruiser's trying to get in the air. He's trying. Oh, he cannot do it. Oh, so it's game Kornblatt. The amazing Mark Kornblatt flying the indestructible Stripe. Brought the Bruiser to the ground. Let's hear it for both these pilots, folks. Nicely done. Oh. That's it. Welcome to Game of Drones. You'll fly, you'll die, your kids will start to cry. It's the amazing Aerial Sports League Game of Drones Combat Arena. All right, we have Team Game of Drones flying Stripe and Team Von Weber flying the Aurora Borealis. It's having a little bit of trouble getting it airborne. Oh, and the lights are out on Broadway. They are going head-to-head, folks. This is going to be a dogfight. Both these pilots know how to dodge. Oh, my gosh, look at that. Look at that. Talk about encroaching your airspace. That was amazing. These guys can definitely maneuver. Oh, and my sciatica has just returned. Yeah, exactly. I think the announcer might need, a nice warm beverage. All right, so it looks like the heroes are about to get back in the air. They are up, they are fighting. It's the amazing Game of Drones Combat Arena. 2 drones enter, 1 drone leaves. Oh, man, look at that. Look at that flying. He's either outmaneuvering him or he's having a seizure. Oh, wow. That was incredible. Look at that.
There is no way to catch him. You'll also notice on the stripe, he has those black nylon zip ties hanging down from the bottom of his unit. If he can get one of those into Reiner's props, you're going to see some action. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, man. This is a battle. Oh, there we go. And nothing says battle like a full-on head-to-head crash. That was amazing. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to get back in there. We got one drone in the air. Reiner's ready to fight. Oh, we got two drones up. And the battle restarts. They are back to it, and they are going right to where they left off, dodging every which way. Where did that come from? Apparently, Barbie is tired of the boys' club that is Game of Drones. She has gone in. Oh, no, we only have 5 minutes. It's time for Battle Royale. This is total mayhem, folks. We put every drone that can fly into the arena. We get them all in the air. We get them all fighting. The last drone standing is the drone that wins. All right, folks, this has only ever happened 3 times before. We call this Battle Royale. Anybody that's got a working drone gets into the fray. Oh, I'm thinking that Stripe is afraid of the competition. Stripe does not want to get into the ring with all of these competitors at once. However, the Barbie Dream Drone is always ready to fight the boys. She's going to wade on in and make mincemeat out of these guys. They're all playing nice right now while Mark and Edie get ready to join the fray. But once that happens, oh my gosh! I believe I saw some propeller shards fly. Oh yeah, you got a half a propeller there, pal. All right, the competitors are coming in now. There's our 6th drone into the arena. Barbie's not afraid. Barbie's ready to fight. It looks like we got the Bruiser, we got the Aurora Borealis, we got Stripe, we got the Barbie Dream Drone, we got Sparkle Droney. They are all in the air and ready to do battle. All right, the Bruiser is sustained. Oh my gosh, look at that. Holy moly. And the Ghost Beetle hit the deck, but I believe he is ready to fly again. Yeah, Flying Epstein. The Flying Epstein, yeah, exactly. Manager of the Beatles. That's a great pun. The Ghost Beetle, formerly known as Flying Epstein. He loved those haircuts, didn't he? All right, so we got 2 in the air. We got 3 in the air. Oh, man, we got one making a noise like a wounded animal. Oh. It is Battle Royale, total mayhem in Droneville. And Edie rights the Barbie Dream Drone. Oh, look at that. Oh, and it looks like the Sparkle Droney is the last in the air. However, a couple of our competitors are getting ready to get back in it. Oh, when you hear that sound. Oh, look, it is. We are not done. We are not done yet. Sounds like a locomotive going off the tracks. All right, judges, who won that? Who won that? Everybody won. That's right. You know who really wins is the audience at home. They have never seen a show like that ever. All right, let's hear it for all these pilots, folks. We are so happy that TWiT TV brought us down here for this great fundraiser, UNICEF USA. Let's hear it for the Game of Drones Aerial Sports League. They did battle. They came. Yeah. Whoa.
And thanks to our announcer, too. You were great. Hey, we're going to move up. Thank you, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year from GameOfDrones.biz.
Good job, everybody.
Nice job, guys.
Kept this going. That was great.
Was that
All right, now we're moving back. That was awesome. Did you see that? Game of Drones. Awesome. Coming up in just a little bit. Dictator Tots. Did I say that right?
You did.
Dictator Tots gonna rock.
Well, yes.
And roll.
Dictator is one word, though.
Dictator Tots.
Dictator Tots, yeah, not dictator.
Like the dictator, like Muammar Gaddafi's potato treat.
Exactly.
Got it. Dictator Tots. Coming up.
In your oven.
In my oven. But first, we got to say a Happy New Year to Cairo. And I think Mohammed Sami is on the line from Cairo, Egypt. And we are also going to get our count and amount because we are about to say, whoa, it's a little bright. There we go. Iris down. Vince has passed off the handheld to Michael. We have a new handheld operator. Vince, we finally wore him out. Did you see that Game of Drones? Was that awesome? Wow. I was talking to some of the drone pilots. You know, some of them have businesses doing, for instance, flying video. And all of them are very involved in getting the FAA to do the right thing, to make sure they approve the use of drones in a safe and sane manner. Because one of the fears we all have is that drones will be banned by the Federal Aviation Administration. All right. I see it as 1:57 here in Petaluma. That means it is 3 minutes to midnight in Cairo. Are we calling Mohammed Sami up?
No, not answering.
He's not answering. Mohammed! Too much. It's midnight. You didn't tell me you were going to call at midnight. What do you mean? I'm on the air now. So even if we don't have Mohammed, we will do the countdown and welcome 2015 into Cairo, Egypt, and its environs. We're doing, of course, a 24-hour benefit for the United Nations Children's Fund, and we're having a lot of fun. Can we quickly see what the amount is? Is that right? 27,851? I am hoping that it won't go much higher. I now have a conflict of interest because if it reaches $40,000, I have pledged to shave my head, and I like my hair. But you know what? If we get to $40,000 for UNICEF, and I think of all those kids who are going to get educational supplies, immunizations, they're going to get insecticide-treated mosquito nets, they're school in the box, they're going to get clean water, they're going to be protected from violence and exploitation all over the world. When I think about that, I think, what the heck? What is my hair when I can help those kids? And you can too. If you go to unicefusa.org/twit, any amount helps. We've got great auctions too if you want to. If you feel like, I got to get something for my money, you can go to twit.tv/NYE. Twit.tv/NYE. There it is, $27,871. Are you ready to count down to the new year, to 2015 in Egypt and everybody up and down that parallel? You're going to help me out? Let's get the chat room helping out here. We've got a great chat room. Yeah, Amazon probably sells wigs. I'm certainly looking. Now, Analog Kids suggests that maybe I could just do a buzz cut.
No.
I don't want to have it like bald shape.
No, we're going to keep bald. Give you a little stuff.
Oh, and now there's bidding to be the person to do it. Sarah Lane wants to do it. Lisa wants to do it. Jeff feels like he has the right to do it. I don't know. I think maybe we should get some money out of each of them. Whoever bids the most to shave Leo's head should get to do that. Because I can tell you right now, it's never happening again. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, boys and girls. Don't count down all at once, Web 2597. Little tip, just 10 every second's 10, 9, 8. Maybe Padre could turn me into a tonsured monk. I think we're going to do the Bohawk first. And if we do it, by the way, we're not going to do it right when we hit 40,000. I have to compose myself. We have to get the proper implements. We'll probably do it later in the show. And frankly, we're just going to use it as an excuse to keep you watching until later in the show. We're going to 3 a.m. Pacific, 6 a.m. Eastern time. Everybody ready? We're going to do countdown to midnight in Cairo in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Where's the ball? Where's the lights? Drop the balloons. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! And now, the traditional launching of the champagne cork, the fog machine fired up, and we celebrate a brand new year! Happy New Year, everybody! everybody. Happy New Year. It's TWiT's 24 hours of 2015. And I can't believe it, but we've killed another hour. Thank you very much, chat room. Happy New Year from the chat room. Happy New Year to all of you. Ozzy has not yet volunteered to get shaved, but if I can convince him, maybe we'll shave Ozzy at $60,000. We had, I want to remind you, $20,000 is the goal at the beginning of this day. We are well over $27,000, and I think well on our way to $40,000. Thanks to Jeff Jarvis. He agreed if we made our $20,000 goal to shave his beard. He's had that beard for 42 years. He shaved it. He looks good. And now I've committed to something else.